Welcome and thanks for joining. Today we're going to be answering the question that came from not a typical person who's reaching out to us, probably somebody I would say that really could care less what I have to say, and that's a 22-year-old college student. But they asked a really interesting question. They reached out and they said, I'm about to be done with my undergraduate degree. I'm not sure if I want to go to grad school. I'm not sure if I even want to work in the field that I've got my degree in. And before I go any further, I just want to say that's a whole nother topic right there, that we will send an 18-year-old off to college and tell them to decide what they want to be for the rest of their life. And then we're going to spend $120,000 on something that you may not even be able to do for a living. So anyway, that's a soapbox topic, and I'm all for education, and I think we should all pursue making ourselves better. But, to put that kind of investment into somebody who has trouble making daily decisions, to ask them what they're going to do the rest of their life is probably could be flawed. But anyway, what their question was, they said, how do I become a CEO? That's a great question, and one that, depending on who you ask, you're going to get a number of answers. And I really wish there was a dedicated plan that you could just say, here, if you do these things right, you'll be a CEO. I do applaud the ambition and the drive of somebody who at 22 years old doesn't know what they want to do, but they want to be a CEO. So I'm going to reward that. But what I told them was, the first step is you have to believe in yourself and believe that what you're trying to accomplish, you have to be able to see yourself there. So number one is you're never going to make it to that level, because being a CEO isn't just about making more money or being the boss. You're going to be taking other people's lives in your own hands. And I remember the first time that I became the leader of a company, I woke up in the middle of the night thinking there's families that are depending on me making the right decision. And I know I've made the bad decisions at times, and now these decisions will be amplified through all of these people. So you have to be committed, or else you're not going to be able to overcome some of those things. But you have to care about that. But the bottom line is, and what I told them, you have to have a blue-collar work ethic. Now, what I mean by that is I came from a blue-collar world, and that means that you can't be afraid of work. You have to know what the jobs are you're asking other people to do. You have to start at the bottom and work your way up. And the main thing I tell them is, whenever you get a job, when I was 14 years old and sweeping a warehouse at a flea market, sweep it better than anyone else has ever swept it. When you're working a concession stand or a fast food restaurant, be more pleasant and do your job better than anyone else there. And as you progress and proceed through your career transitions, always do a job better and give more than what is expected. Because when I give you a job description as a CEO, I'm expecting you to deliver on those things that I put on there. So if you want to be more than that, do more than that. And I'll even go to the resume writing. I'll tell people, write your own resume that you're giving to yourself. And whatever you are on your best day, put that down and then strive to exceed it every single day. So this is not just a lesson for a 22-year-old in college trying to figure out where they want to be. This is a lesson to the 40-somethings and the 50-somethings that have called me and found themselves in this crisis because of the pandemic, and they don't know where they want to go. And I tell them, you can't be afraid to do certain jobs. Don't take on a job you're not qualified for, even if you can get it. But educate yourself, learn. Maybe it's a trade, but no matter what it is, if you have a welding rig, whether you have a hammer in your hand, no matter what it is, strive to do better than what's expected and try to do better than anybody else who's ever done it. If you follow that, you will end up where you want to be. And again, it's just work. It's going to take effort. It's going to take you being committed to being there. You can't be, one of the common things I've found as I've talked to my peers and my friends who are CEOs, the one thing that I've never heard come out of their mouth is this benchmarking against other people. well, such and such didn't have to do that. Why do I have to do that? Or that's their job, or that's above my pay grade, or that's below my pay grade. If the job needs to be done and you're capable and you're available and you have time, do the job. Don't not do the job because somebody else didn't have to do it. I get that all the time. Just trust me, whether you're young or you're old, you're never going to get where you want to go by giving the smallest amount of effort. It's always going to be the biggest amount of effort. So great question. I hope that person that got the advice is able to do something with it. I'm going to be following up with them, but just know that whatever you're asked to do, exceed those expectations. Do it better than anyone else has ever done it. Don't benchmark the low efforts of your peer groups. Be committed and believe in yourself, and don't be afraid of work. So again, not anything deep right there, and it's really definitely not something you probably wanted to waste your time listening to, because I didn't tell you how to wave a magic wand. But in my world, magic wands don't exist. And if you do have a magic wand, it's probably going to derail you in the long run. So, but if you have one, share it with me, because maybe we could talk about that the next time. So thank you and have a great day.